Thank you for watching KTN News. My name is Dennis Asseto. Welcome to this edition of Africa Speaks. We have stories making headlines. But now let's go straight to issues to do change now. One way of mitigating climate change is through planting trees to increase forest cover. One organization has gone a step further to create not only forest but also a microclimate for an arid area. Professor Charles Mully's story in fighting climate change is one for posterity.
Located at the heart of Yata constituency, within the Ndalani ward of Machakos County, is a remarkable area that drew the attention of Professor Charles Mully after his break in Eldoret. This seemingly improbable destination is a semi-arid area characterized by dusty roads that typically betray the presence of lush vegetation. Upon closer inspection, one is struck by the sight of thriving trees, flourishing crops, and well-tended plantations. This leaves visitors wondering the secret behind such prosperity in an area known for its scarcity of rainfall. Professor Mully's arrival marked the onset of a transformative journey. He introduced sophisticated irrigation systems to bolster food production and implemented water catchment facilities, including dams, to elevate the impact of drought.
1993, I landed into this place when it was really dry, and for 7 years there was no rain. And most of the people were fleeing from this because they were dying due to a lack of food, and it was really throughout, hot. And myself, I saw the river. That's the river, which is very close here, just a few meters from here. I felt like, given water, and then with my mind and the experience in agriculture, and what I knew that with water is you have life. And therefore, I brought over 500 children from Eldoret in the year 1993, 94, and then to this place, and we started from nowhere. In fact, the first time, some of these children, they were sleeping under the trees and learning under the trees, and because we were afraid of being able to get either killed by the people there.
This journey represents a collective effort by the Mully children's family. It involves initiatives such as enhancing food production, retaining rainwater and afforestation, mitigating air pollution through extensive tree planting, and rehabilitating degraded lands.
We're using trees to educate young people and the community to adopt a tree, where Daddy Mully changed the conversation from planting a tree, because he discovered that planting a tree is something that people do ceremoniously. Because when we have an event, then we say, okay, we are going to do a tree because maybe the DC came, someone important from the government or from an organization has come, so we are planting a tree. But who cares whether that tree survives? So he said, now we're going to start to grow trees. And how do you do that? It is right away from the seed, from propagating the seed, then allowing that seed to grow to a seedling, and then taking that seedling to the actual field where it will be nurtured and be able to grow into a mature tree. Because we are in a semi-desert, a semi-arid region, where we are receiving minimal rainfall, actually an annual rainfall of about 750 millimeters annually, then he said, how are we going to survive? Through several trials, then he came up with what now we call the Mully model of planting trees in a semi-desert region. This is where you are doing a 3 feet hole, 3 feet wide, and 3 feet deep. And this one now allows you to fill the hole halfway with the topsoil mixed with well-decomposed manure.
Within these efforts, the family has managed to address food security and unemployment.
Now, the same technology of doing trees through the Mully model, now it allows communities to be able to build their own source of fuel in terms of the trees they grow in the household. Because of the kind of trees that Daddy Mully has chosen, they can harvest the branches for firewood. that means you have a live bank. So what we are encouraging is like, if you grow a tree, there is that aspect like you are not growing this tree for 1 year, but that tree should be able to continue supplying you with the firewood which you need for cooking. Should you be doing agriculture like what we have seen in our farm, then from mature trees you harvest the branches to provide for you with the sticks that you use for staking your tomatoes, for example, or any other crop that needs that kind of support. And through that, you are able to cut down the cost of actually being able to do your agriculture, and even being able to have shades where you can get as a family in the homesteads, you can get as families or communities at school.
According to research, a staggering 90% of all natural disasters worldwide are directly linked to severe weather patterns and extreme climate events. The MCF's projects are strategically situated in arid and semi-arid areas. The family has been responsive with a dedicated program focused on both mitigating and adapting to climate change. The extensive afforestation efforts have yielded a microclimate unique to the region thanks to the growth of these trees.
Kind of planning that we do in a way that we make some little terraces and bring the soil on one place and then allow the water in a shallow furrow. And this is also very important for the people in our country and in this Machakos County to understand how to keep the earth clean in terms of making the best practice in agriculture and also soil erosion, preventing soil erosion.
The MCF has taken the initiative to plant and distribute more than 5 million trees across their project sites, neighboring communities and institutions. The environmental initiative also encompasses soil and water conservation, with an emphasis of preserving indigenous trees and their natural habitats. Dalani and Diata are two locations where tree planting has been ongoing for several years. The results are testament of the potential of combating the adverse effects of climate change within our communities.
20 million trees that we have planted, this is from the year 2004. We've been doing trees all the year, all the time. But even before that, 1997, in MCF Ndarani, that Dimuri was bringing tree seedlings from Eldoret, trying to see which one can survive. Goats could eat, community would destroy them, and sometimes the kids could allow them to die. But he kept on the conversation and encouraging and doing it. And today, we have been able to achieve that. Our tree nursery, which you see here, we are propagating a target of 1 million tree seedlings annually. We do it in phases. About 300 tree seedlings, then we move to the next one. Like if you walked around, you see some trees have been taken out to the field for planting, because now we are heading to the rust phase where we clear all this and then we start doing a new crop, a new plant of trees.
Their overarching goal is to enhance water investing, storage, utilization, and watershed conservation. To achieve this, they focus on constructing and maintaining water dams, implementing rooftop rainwater harvesting systems, establishing water purification plants, and drilling water boreholes.
Ni vizuri mkulima yote mwenye anatengeneza bore lake kwanza elewa mchanga ni wa aina gani. Kama ni mchanga wenye si clay soil, ni lazima uweke dam liner yako. Pia gata zako angalia vizuri zisikuwe na leakage. Angalia kulingana na mahali ambapo uko. Kama plastic ni plastiki ina gani, inaweza chomwa na jua na isikusaidie kwa muda mrefu. Kwa hivyo pia mahali hawa wakulima wanapata hivyo vifaa vyao vya water harvesting, hiyo ni kitu ya maana sana.
The family is also committed to advancing sustainable production, utilization, and management of renewable energy for institutional, domestic, and industrial purposes in Kenya. Their approach simplifies their dedication to holistic development and environmental conservation. Beryl Ringers, KTN News.